And we're racing. Good opening sprint from all crews. BC High just a little bit off the pace compared to the rest. But everybody's maintaining contact. Albert Leger's Exeter boys have a bit of a lead in lane 2, but Kent is not letting them get away. And actually, Andover here on the Shrewsbury side in lane 6, they're now have taken the lead. Got some big young guys in that crew. Bow 2 and 3 seat. Pretty large fellas. So Andover continues to maintain an edge here out in lane 6 over the rest of the field. Then we go over to the far side to Exeter. Kent is doing their best to stay up with Andover and Exeter. In lane 4, St. Paul's is also with the rest of the pack. BC High just appears to be falling off the pace just a little bit. And now in lane 3, St. John's is also a little bit off the pace as we cross 500 meters. So at that 500 meters, it's Exeter 1, Andover 2, St. Paul's 3. And Kent again hanging right in there too. Kent looks like they're in the 4th place right now. But in lane 2, Exeter starting to distance themselves from the rest of the field. If this keeps up, they'll have the gold medal firmly in place, but who gets the silver and bronze will be a tough battle. So we turn it over to the finish line to Kevin.
And here we go, boys, 3rd Varsity 8 grand final. We have Kent, Exeter, St. John's, St. Paul's, BC High, Andover. Looks to be an early lead for Exeter here, with Andover pushing on the outside in lane 6. It's going to be a tight race. The heats for this race were very close. A lot of tight crews here. Looks to be Kent lane 1, bit down on Exeter. Exeter seems to be leading the pack. Andover right behind them, those bitter rivals. By St. Paul's in 3rd. And St. John's, Exeter, and BC High all fighting for that 4th place position. Or Kent, pardon me, not Exeter. Exeter still looking strong out in the lead. Crossing the last 500 meters here. Handling his headwind very well. Andover way on the outside, looking strong as well. Lane 6 hasn't been a very successful lane today. Hopefully they can change that. Looking good. Tight racing here, tight racing. Looks to be St. John's and BC High back of the pack, fighting each other. Bitter rival between those two schools as well. Very close racing. We've got some big guys on that Exeter crew. Looks like they're still charging out to open water. Kent and St. Paul's and Andover all closely battling. BC High and St. John's fighting each other for those last 2 spots. Exeter looking very comfortable, doing a really good job getting those catches in, staying direct, swinging their body weight through the mid-drive. Very good. St. Paul's kicking up a lot of water. They have that Spracklin style, a lot of layback there in that St. Paul's crew. Andover on the outside, look to be in silver. St. Paul's and Andover fighting for that bronze medal. Andover and Exeter, very tight. Exeter looks to have about half-length lead. Andover's Coxton sitting on bow ball of St. Paul's. St. Paul's Coxton sitting halfway up. Kent, who has open water back to St. John's and BC High. St. John's and BC High, bow ball to bow ball here. Exeter. Ooh, Andover's coming through Exeter. Exeter still is firmly in control. Coming to the line. Kent's making a late charge on St. Paul's, bringing that rate up. It looks to be Exeter crossing the line with the gold medal now, followed closely by Andover crossing now. Kent right behind him, and in fourth, St. Paul's, and in fifth, looks to be St. John's crossing now with BC High right behind them. Great racing to start off our boys' third eights. Next up, we have girls' second varsity 8-4 petite final.